mean, it's been pretty smooth. Just coming out of high school, I really wasn't highly recruited. Working my way to a spot at Iowa, having pretty decent seasons, and now just getting ready for the next level. Especially getting ready for like the 40s, the vert, and the broad and everything. But I'm happy all of it's over now. Because just spending after the season, I spent like 2.5, 3 months just getting ready for 1 or 2 days. So it's kind of relief. Now I get to actually work on more football related stuff.
Brandon, next question from Scott. Scott, please state your name and affiliation.
Hi, Brandon. This is Scott Docterman with The Athletic. And just wanted to ask you kind of what's been the response so far to some of your workouts, what you did in Miami, and what did you hope to show scouts today?
I feel like I had a great day in Miami with my performance and everything. And I wanted to show the scouts that I'm a big physical receiver who has all the athletic ability in the world and can make a lot of plays.
Brandon, the next question from Lindsay. Lindsay, please state your name and affiliation.
Hi, Brandon. This is Lindsay Jones, also from The Athletic, kind of building off a little bit about what Scott said. I know you want to be able to really show off kind of your athleticism. How challenging has it been for you to maybe not have the combine platform? Because I think we all know what you would have done on national television in Indianapolis. How have you been trying to how can you capitalize on maybe what you are so unique at in this process and show that off to teams in kind of this untraditional format?
I think that the combine, that even though it wasn't scouts there, but it was streamed and televised, my combine in Miami really helped with some exposure a lot. And now coming back to Iowa City and having all the teams come here and able to perform the same drills and everything gives me a lot of exposure too. But it was kind of I was disappointed that I wasn't able to go to Indy and perform there.
Brandon, the next question from Leanne. Leanne, please state your name and affiliation.
Hi, I'm Leanne from the Cedar Rapids Gazette. So I was wondering, you've been noted for your vertical and broad jump, and I was wondering what goes into building strength there, and did you know that that was something that was going to set you apart?
I've been jumping a lot since a kid. I used to jump off of a bunch of stuff just being a bad kid. I don't know. I think jumping just really came natural to me. Of course, I work on a lot of the lower body stuff as well, but I high jumped in high school and everything. But I just really like jumping.
The next question from Scott Docterman of The Athletic.
Brandon, last year you didn't quite get to show off yourself statistically the way you probably wanted to make that final ascension. What have you tried to do to improve kind of your route running, your catching, and then how have you kind of discussed your senior year with scouts, not only today but also in the last few weeks over Zoom conference calls?
I know that I didn't have the biggest season last year. But I just wanted to show that I'm a team guy. I can go out there and block. But the little spurts of athleticism that I did get to show, I just made sure that I capitalized on that. But I definitely feel like that I will be a better pro than my college years. Get to show a lot more.
I know, just as a follow-up, I know in the past, your position coach wanted you to kind of watch film of AJ Green, and you've kind of got that build as a ex-receiver at the next level. What did you take away from that? And do you feel like your game is comparable to what AJ Green can bring or did bring the NFL all these years?
Well, he's a big body receiver, but he plays like he's like 6'4", and he plays like he's 6 foot. I'm not quite 6'4". They measured me out as 6'1" today. I was kind of a little disappointed, but just being a bigger guy and just playing low, playing physical, and then when it's time comes, when the ball's in the air, just be the most aggressive guy and go up and attack it.
Brandon, the next question from Leah Van of the Cedar Rapids Gazette.
Yeah, so there hasn't been an Iowa wide receiver drafted in quite a few years. And I was wondering with you and Ihmir, what makes this the year that Iowa will have maybe 2 wide receivers drafted to the NFL?
I mean, we're two very special guys with, you know, different playing styles, but we both have what it takes to get to the league, succeed in the league, and, you know, definitely be one of those guys drafted.
And just to follow up, what do you think sets you two apart? I mean, I know that you're going up against some wide receivers that play in leagues where they're able to get like 3,000 yards in their career. So what do you think sets you and Ihmir apart in that class?
Just our playing style. He's a speedy type guy. He'll run around you. He'll make you miss. You know, I'm not a slow guy, but I can jump through you, over you, catch the ball. Like whenever the ball's in the air, 9 times out of 10, I'm gonna come down with it. So just having that consistency between us, that's what sets us apart.
Brandon, the next question from Matthias. Matthias, please state your name and affiliation.
Brandon, Matheus Ornelas from Time of Brazil. Congratulations for going for the NFL draft. In a year like with the COVID and the problems, don't have the combine, how the pro day is important for the players, and just like you say, maybe guys who doesn't have so much production, how the pro day is important for you guys?
It's very important, especially having a cut down season because we only play 8 games and having the whole combine and Indy canceled. You know, it's definitely important for us to still be able to just portray our talents because I mean they didn't even have a pro day last year, so luckily we had one this year. But yeah, it's just an important space, important area just to show the scouts what you got.
The next question, Brandon, from Scott Docterman of The Athletic.
Brandon, what have people said about you and your blocking ability? That seemed to be an area where you excelled, even in downfield, even on spring and longer runs.
I mean, they give me kudos for my blocking just as well as my ability to catch the ball and come down with it. Just being a bigger receiver, bigger guy, you're asked to do, you know, a lot of things, and they both compliment on what I do well.
What's next for you? Are you sticking in Iowa City until the draft? Or are you going to Mississippi? You're training in Florida again? What's your plan?
I'm doing some of all of that. I'm gonna be in Iowa City for a little bit because I have a signing on the 27th, and then I will go home for a little week, and then one more like 5 days, and I'm going back to Florida to train and do more receiver work instead of combine work until to like a few days before the draft, and then I'll go back home.
Have you had many Zooms with teams in this offseason?
Yep, I've been talking to like 12, 13 teams.
Okay. Who on the current team, you know, Tyrone, and you've played with him for a few years. How does he fit into doing what you did? He's got a different body, of course, but is he capable of putting up some good statistics the next few years?
Oh, of course, because I remember when I was injured and he started going off against Northwestern, that long play that he had a great game that game, and against Wisconsin. You know, Tyrone, he's gonna be a dude. He's not as tall, but he's a bigger body. You know, he's a different build, but he's a tremendous athlete as well. He's a shifty guy. He's definitely gonna make the first guy miss every time. He has good hands. He can get after it. He got nice speed too.
Yeah. Now that you're a former teammate, can you settle the disagreement between him and Nico over who actually is Sweet Feet?
Honestly, I don't think that agreement can ever be settled. Nobody's going to be 100% satisfied. So I'm not even going to get into that.
Anything else for wide receiver Brandon Smith? All right, Brandon, thank you for taking.
This is Scott Docterman with The Athletic. I hope you're well. How did you run today? And did you hit your mark?
I ran well. My time on the laser was 4:43. I wanted to run like a 4:39, so, but I mean, I'm gonna take the 4:43. So You know, it's better than when I, finally got back, healthy and stuff like that. So I went out there and did what I had to do.
Ihmir, the next question from Leah. Leah, please state your name and affiliation.
Hi, Ihmir. This is Leah from the Cedar Rapids Gazette. I asked this of Brandon, but I wanted to ask you too. There hasn't been an Iowa wide receiver drafted gone in the NFL draft in quite a few years, and I was wondering what makes this the year for Iowa wide receivers from your perspective.
This makes the year of the wide receivers simply because the stuff we've done on the field. It could be brought to the game on Sundays. Brandon making incredible insane catches. Me, getting, deep down the field, getting open. So, I mean, it's just all the stuff that's, done on Saturdays that could be done on Sundays too. We bring, two different dynamics to the game, and we feel like, we'll be both, important, at the next level for a team that, need us.
Ihmir, the next question from Corey. Corey, please state your name and affiliation.
Hey, Ihmir, this is Corey Roldan from WHBF. What do you think is your role in the NFL? What do you think that you can bring to an NFL team?
Right now, I think, starting off, I'll be special teams guy, returner, whether it's punt, kickoff, return. I'll fit into that role. I feel like that'll be my first role, given at the next level. Well, not given, but earned at the next level. And then, potentially working into the offense, whether it's, gadget plays and, even becoming a number 2, number 1 receiver. But, I know for sure I'm starting off in a special teams role, and then, I'm working my way into the offense.
Ihmir, the next question from Scott Dockerman of The Athletic.
Yeah, Ihmir, how have you worked on your route refinement in the last couple of months? You were in Florida. I know you were training there. First of all, how long did it take you before your foot completely healed to do that? And second of all, who have you been working with to try to, boost your stock as a wide receiver?
It took about 6 weeks or so for my foot to heal from the high ankle sprain. So I got back there, and then I was working with Dominic Hickerson, just learning, the right way to do things, right, stances and starts, and when it comes to playing receiver, dropping hips, getting in and out of breaks, and then, just, focusing on, the catch point, being able to be a receiver with a nice catch radius. So, working back shoulders, passes in front, low, just being able to do that stuff, was really helpful. And then, working on breaking in and out of routes and stuff like that, dropping your hip, making sure you get out faster than, DB could, plan it, break on the ball. So, I feel like I worked on it really good, and I had a good day out there on the field today.
Ihmir, the next question from Leah of the Cedar Rapids Gazette.
Hi, Ihmir. So how do you work your way into that kick returner role, and what do you think makes you good in that position?
I work my way into that role by simply going out there, fielding balls up, pre-practice, then staying after, fielding them too. After that, being able to do it in practice, prove I belong out there on the practice field. And then, if we get a preseason, being able to, get big returns there, help the offense out. And was it the second part to your question?
Yeah, I mean, I was just wondering what makes how do you get good at being a kick returner? It seems kind of like a terrifying position. And I just want to know what goes into it, because you seem to do it really well.
You get good at kick return by following what you see, believing in what you see, and trusting your blockers. Encourage them to go out there and give you, that one block that might, spring you free. So, I mean, believe in yourself, believe in your blockers, and believe in what you see. That's what makes all great returners great. And
what do you like about it?
It's a way to get points, differently from offense, defense. It's the third aspect to the game, and people don't usually pay attention to it. Not as much, anymore. But when you bring that type of excitement to the game, it gives fans and everybody else a chance to be involved throughout the whole game.
Ihmir, the next question from Matthias. Matthias, please state your name and affiliation.
The allergies kicking my butt.
Ihmir, Matheus Ornelas from Time Out Brazil. Congratulations for going for the NFL draft.
Thank you.
In a class that like 2020, that you have like a lot of good receivers that can do a lot of things. What do you think that's your like best quality that you're bringing for the table that the NFL teams can look?
Definitely, again, somebody who bring a dynamic aspect to special teams. I feel like I separate myself, from a lot of receivers that's, pretty much as, receivers. I'm more than just a receiver. I'm a returner. I'm both, and I can play both. I'm not just a returner on that end either. So I play both, receiver and, special teams, and I excel at it because I put the work in, I put the time in to, be great at it. So I feel like that's, what makes me different from all other people, and I love to do it.
Ihmir,
Thank you. Good luck.
Ihmir, the next question from Scott Dockerman of The Athletic.
Yeah, Ihmir, first of all, have you given Gino a hard time? Because if he wouldn't have blocked that guy in the back against Nebraska in 2017, you'd be the all-time leader in yard or in average in Big Ten history. So I know you guys are friends. So
no, I don't give him nothing, man. I just that year I was a freshman. I was just happy to be out there playing on the field. I got the return. We still scored at the end of the drive. And the touchdown went to my high school team. Person that went to my high school. So it was great to be able to do that for the team at the time. So I mean, now that I'm past it and I didn't return kicks and everything like that, you give me the idea. I might call him up and be like, yeah, bro, I could have been the best in Big Ten history, but I'm gonna let him slide. I take second place just for that.
Yeah, you guys are pretty good friends anyway. So what's kind of the feedback you've received from scouts? I know you're repped by Team WAS, but what are you hearing right now, and about how many different Zoom calls have you been on over the last couple of months?
I've been on a lot of Zoom calls over the last month. Today I heard, I did a really good job, getting in and out of the 40. Came with the right mindset. And, I showed up basically. So I showed up today. I did what I had to do. And, over the past month or so, I've been, having a lot of Zoom calls. I still got a whole bunch more to do. And we're going to push forward from here. I'm just, waiting for my name to be called on April 29th, 30th, whenever it is. I'm just going to wait, just like you're going to wait.
Ihmir, the next question from Steve Batterson of the Quad City Times. Steve, can you unmute, please?
Yeah, Ihmir, what have you learned about yourself during this process?
That's tough. Stuff can get stressful, but just keep going. I really haven't learned nothing about myself throughout this process. Just keep going. I really don't know how to answer that one, to be honest.
Has the process been what you envisioned it being?
It's a whole bunch of Zoom calls, a lot of different things you got to do. Differently that a lot of scouts, coaches tell me, would be different if we had a combine and stuff like that. So it's not what I expected. It's a whole bunch of Zoom calls, a whole bunch of different numbers texting. You got scouts, coaches, and then you got to meet with some owners and stuff like that. So you're getting a whole bunch of texts from different numbers, all about, different meetings, and you're meeting with different people on different days. It's a lot, but, it's manageable through, with my agency. They, take really good care of me. They got a whole, calendar set up for me. So they made it way easier, from, my standpoint, and, thank them.
Ihmir, the next question.
How disappointing is the absence of a combine this year?
Very disappointing, because, that's, a dream, for a lot of people, being able to perform at the combine, go to Indianapolis, run a 40 on, the white strip line and stuff like that. So not being able to experience that, national television, you can put all your talents on front for a lot of people, not just, scouts and everybody, and, there's people out there that's looking at you like, I don't know who this kid is, but, I'm rooting for him now based off his performance. it's dreadful. You don't get a chance to go there, do, perform. And, some people, as the lights get brighter, the more they stand out. So, I feel like I'm one of those type of people, but, when the lights is bright, you stand out. And I feel like not having that is, pretty painful, especially with it being a dream for a lot of people.
Ihmir, the next question from Scott Docterman of The Athletic.
Yeah, Ihmir, I'm sure you've had to answer some pretty tough questions and will continue to do so. What have you kind of told them about, what happened, mid-season there? And then also, I'm sure you've been asked about the flip into the end zone. So what's kind of been your responses to the incident and the flip?
The deal mid-season, I come out, before they even get a chance to ask me. I try to tell them first and foremost, I tell them that, that's not a display of who I am, not somebody I want to be a role model to, the people looking up to me. And I just let them know that's not, who I am. I made a poor choice, poor decision. It's a mistake. And, I talked to a lot of people about it. And, once there's a mistake, you do it twice, then that's on you. You really don't learn from it. But, it just, goes to show, I was able to bounce back from it. Try not to get in my own head about it. And I just, prevailed through the whole season. Then, cave into the backlash and none of that. So just being able to stay strong, I, tell them, that's not who I am. And, that's not somebody I want to be portrayed as. I just keep it real with them. And I try to, tell them first before they even get to it.
Now with the, regarding kick returns, I mean, your vision is one of the best probably I've seen in 20 years of covering this, and you have great acceleration. How else have you improved? And maybe how has LeVar helped you improve to go from being a very good to an elite level kick returner?
Like the best thing that has happened, through the years, him allowing me to tell him what I see, and how things being played out. We come in with a whole scout report, and, a lot of teams like to switch up a lot of things. And, with me being, one of the dangerous people in college football when it comes to, returning the ball, people like to come into the game, with a whole different plan. And then, after usually the first kickoff return, he'll, allow me to come back to him and tell him what I see. And it was a two-way street, basically. He wanted something. I told him I wasn't comfortable with it. He'll switch it. If I wanted something, he wasn't comfortable with it. We wouldn't do it. But, it's a two-way street, and that's the best thing that, made that whole thing work, all 4 years, here. So it's a two-way street.
The next question, Ihmir, from Leah from the Cedar Rapids Gazette.
Going back to the NFL Combine, I know you were talking about how disappointing it is to not be able to go, but did the invite hold any meaning to you this year? How did it feel to actually get the invite, even though it was kind of just, this list of people that would have gone?
Oh, the invite was big because it goes to show that, you're not, forgotten. Pretty much, they let you know that, if there would have been one, you would have been one of the people, top 300, top 320 players, we selected. So getting the invite was big. It goes to show you that your work is unnoticed. It's not going unnoticed. Just being able to have that, it's still, joy in that, being notified about, your invitation to it. So just being able to get that, it's heart filling, but, not being able to perform at it, it's heartbreaking. So.
We have time for one more question, and we will field it from Scott Docterman of The Athletic.
Yeah, Ihmir, I don't know if there are any other players who can replicate close to what you were able to do, at least, especially from a speed standpoint. But who are the receivers that, for some of us who are covering Iowa beyond, should look out for, and who's going to be that one that takes the next step this spring, summer, and fall?
All the people that y'all been seeing playing, with me and Brandon. So Tyrone, Nico, Charlie Jones. Charlie made a big impact in special teams last year, being able to, get punt returns, going really good. Nico, he one of those guys that, coach depend on in the slot, making those tough catches and stuff underneath. And Tyrone, he could do it all. He, it was me and him, being in the backfield, out wide in the slot. So, I mean, the whole receiving room, just grew. I would say me and Brandon started it off. And, by us, leading, we always, was told, set the example. So we set the example, and now you got a bunch of, young talent in there. And, they see us doing great things. First pair of wide receivers that's going to be drafted, since, 2012. And all they want to do is, exceed us. So, that's going to, put the weight on them to go out there and do better, and they're going to perform. I believe in them. They will be better than us, without a doubt.
Who threw to you today?
Spencer Petras.
Okay. Thanks.
All right, Ihmir, thank you for your time and good luck.
Have a good one, man.
You will. You too.
It'll be your last time seeing me.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Jennifer Lee Chan with NBC Sports Bay Area. I cover the 49ers, which obviously has George Kittle on its roster. You're following in line with guys like Noah Fant and TJ Hawkinson. What is it about Iowa that gives tight ends such an edge in the NFL?
I think it's just the way that we're coached here. And both run and pass game, we're just known for developing tight ends, and that's just what we do here.
And have you had any contact with George Kittle at all throughout the process?
Not really, no.
Anything you admire about his game at all?
A lot of stuff. He's a tenacious blocker, obviously a very good pass catcher. So, a lot of his game is what I mean, it's awesome. He's a great guy.
Thank you.
Shaun, the next question from Isaac. Isaac, please state your name and affiliation.
Hi, Shaun. This is Isaac Goffin from the Daily Island. What's been your message so far to scouts from NFL teams?
I think just that I'm a versatile guy. I can run block well. I can, make contested catches, win versus man coverage. I can play special teams. So just a versatile player overall.
The next question, Shaun from Leah. Leah, please state your name and affiliation.
Hi, Shaun. This is Leah from the Cedar Rapids Gazette. I was wondering if there were any lessons from high school that you still carry with you today. I know that you're a Cedar Rapids native.
Yeah. Just playing as many sports as possible as a kid, developed me into the athlete I am today. I think wrestling played a large role in my abilities on the football field, as well as many other sports, track and field and everything. So just, playing as many sports and trying to excel in as many things as possible is what helped me.
The next question, Shaun, from Scott Docterman of The Athletic.
Yeah, Shaun, Scott Docterman from The Athletic. What did you went to Nashville, I know, to work out after the season was over. Mm-hmm. Were there any areas you wanted to specifically target down there to refine, not only for pro day, but also to show scouts? Because I know you had like a mini combine there per se. What were you trying to show today? And then, of course, since everything.
Just that I'm an all-around guy. So I just wanted to show, that I do have straight line speed and change direction stuff. And then, good catching abilities out on the field today and blocking as well. So just all around.
You were able to get that catch. Have you used that has your agent used it to send it out to teams just based on what you caught against Nebraska, the one that was above your head and everything?
Yeah, it was a nice play, spark play and everything. So I think it definitely is a benefit to me in my athleticism.
Shaun, the next question from Matthias. Matthias, please state your name and affiliation.
Shaun, this is Matheus Ornelas from Time Out Brazil. Congratulations for going for the NFL draft. Iowa has a really strong tight end program. We have see guys in recent years going for the NFL. How do you think that the Iowa was good for you for being a better tight end and going for the next level?
Kind of like I said before, just the way that we're coached here at the tight end position is unique in a sense and allows you to, bring a lot of different assets into the NFL. And I think that's why, we've had so many great tight ends that have played in the NFL. It's just, I think we're just coached different here than we are or other places, coach.
And just a quick follow-up. Doesn't have big numbers on your college career, but your film is really good. You think that the NFL is gonna look more for the film or look more for the numbers?
I would say, what I've done is on my film. The film doesn't lie, like people say. So, just NFL teams watching my film, they're going to see what I can do out on the field. So.
Shaun, the next question from Scott Docterman of The Athletic.
Yeah, Shaun, you've been blessed, I guess, to be around a lot of NFL players, not only at the tight end position to learn from, but then also to go against defenders like Desmond King, Greg Maben, when you're a scout teamer, trying to block A.J. Epineza and Parker Hesse and guys like that. What have you taken away from those? How did that help develop you into the player that you are today?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, definitely the better competition you go against, the better you're going to be as a player. So I've definitely went against some, great players that have had great NFL careers. So, it can't hurt going against the best of the best. So I think it helped develop me overall as a football player, and especially as a tight end.
Shaun, the next question from Leah Van of the Cedar Rapids Gazette.
Hi, Shaun. So you did not receive an NFL Combine invite. So I was wondering what your mindset was going into today's pro day and how you think it went.
Yeah, so pro day, this is all I got. So, just coming into pro day, you got to make the best of your training and show what you got out on the field. So that's kind of how I looked at it.
And how do you think it went?
I think it went well. I don't have any complaints. You can always do better. Wish to do better, but I think overall I had a pretty good day.
Shaun, we'll go back to Scott from The Athletic.
Yeah, Shaun, what did you run today? And also, what are the conversations like? If you had many conversations with scouts, whether it's on Zoom or even, here face to face, and what have they kind of told you about where you fit into the world?
Yeah, so I went to the College Gridiron Showcase and I talked to 15, 16 teams, and I've had several Zoom interviews following up on that. As far as what I ran today, everyone has different times and stuff. I think I was in the 4.7s. So that's where I was at in that front.
Shaun, the next question from Jennifer of NBC Sports Bay Area.
Shaun, what do you think Kirk Ferentz would say about you? What are your biggest qualities that he would identify?
That I'm a great teammate. Would do anything for my teammates. I'm a leader by example. I'm not the guy that's going to be rah-rah, yelling at everyone or anything like that. And that I'm a great football player, both in the passing and blocking game, and guy that would do anything for his team.
Are you kind of also one of those guys who really prides himself on what he can do in the run game as opposed to maybe the splashier catches and that type of thing that happens?
Yeah, I mean, everything starts in the trenches. Everything starts in the run game, in my mind. If you can run the ball on a team and just keep running on them, you're controlling the clock and everything. So being able to, establish a run game that gets you open in the pass game as well. So for sure.
Thank you.
The next question, Shaun, from Scott of The Athletic.
Yeah, Shaun, I mean, we've seen a lot of you side by side with Sam over the last couple of years, but, there were a couple other guys, Luke and Elijah, who we didn't get to see last year. What did you see working with them? And then what kind of ways did you help lead them? Because I know that's kind of a statement of this program, is to help lead the younger players.
Yeah, for sure. Bringing the younger guys along is it's what our program's built on. So being a leader for that tight end room and is big. And, I think the tight end room is in great hands for next year. Sam's going to do, great things. And those guys, he's a great leader in the tight end room as well. So they're in great hands coming up. So I think they'll be good.
And then about Elijah and Luke, I mean, what kind of qualities do you see from them that maybe we didn't get a chance to see because it was such a crazy abbreviated season last year?
Yeah, for sure. They're both great, young guys learning the program. Don't really have any complaints on them. They're both great kids, great teammates, both very athletic kids, aren't afraid to get in the trenches as well. So I think that they both have a bright future here at Iowa.
The next question, Shaun, from Leah of the Cedar Rapids Gazette.
So you talked about how you're more of a lead by example kind of guy and you don't really like to be rah-rah. So has it been like a weird shift having to really market yourself with these teams and really try to put your name out there on your own?
Yes and no. I mean, it's easy to talk about yourself, kind of. And so it's, when you're talking to a team about what you can do, the film doesn't lie, like I said before. So really you're just, tell them what you have done in the past and what you're going to be able to continue to do. So, but I'm not one to, brag about all my stuff or anything like that. But you kind of have to, when you're talking to NFL coaches, because you're marketing yourself and trying to, make yourself into a great prospect.
Any other questions for tight end Shaun Beyer? Doesn't look like. All right, Shaun, thank you for your time this afternoon and good luck.
Thank you.